Welcome to the strategic analysis and comparison of Microsoft and Apple. Apple is an American corporation located and created in California by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. The actual CEO is Tim Cook. The best-known products are the Macintosh line of computer, the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. There are 1.3 billion of active devices in the world. The company used a spoken wheel hierarchy structure. Apple reached $1 trillion value in August 2018. Microsoft is an American multinational technology company located in Redmond and founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen in 1975. The actual CEO is Satya Nadella. The best-known products are the Windows softwares, the Xbox, and the Surface tablet. The company operates a product-type divisional organizational structure. Microsoft reached 783,000 billion value in 2018.
We are going to have a look at the financial analysis. We start with the balance sheet structure of the two companies. Apple has almost twice the amount of cash of Microsoft, but has almost 10 times the working capital of Apple. So Microsoft has a lot of money to be used in the long term because the working capital is the difference between long-term liabilities minus long-term assets. However, Apple has a negative cash flow, whereas Microsoft's one is positive. Apple might pay its suppliers with delay, while Microsoft might prefer to use its long-term money to pay them on the counter. Apple had the traditional financial structure of a retailer, whereas Microsoft had the traditional financial structure of a manufacturer. Both companies generate a lot of cash from their operating cycle, but they seem to manage their cash flow differently. With the positive cash flow from financing cycle, and given the balance sheet structure, Apple is selling some assets, whereas Microsoft, with the negative cash flow from financing cycle, a positive working capital need, and a positive working capital seems to be investing in new assets, like factories, for example. Finally, they both have a negative cash flow from investing cycle, although Apple's one is much higher, which either means they are paying off their debts and their shareholders or acquiring other companies. The following ratios clearly show that Microsoft is financially safer than Apple, but as they take lower risks, they might make a smaller profit. The two companies can pay back their current liabilities by converting their current assets in cash, since the current ratios are both higher than 100%. But it is even better because the two quick ratios are also higher than 100%, so the companies don't have to trade important current assets or stock to recover their current liabilities. However, only Microsoft can recover its current liabilities only by using its cash.
As we can see, Apple is present on the three markets and lead from far the one of the tablet. The difference with Microsoft it is that it's barely present on the other market and mainly focused on the operating system one, as it is its core business. Apple is clearly facing a hard competition in the smartphone market when Microsoft tries to keep its leader place on the market of operating system. Apple has got more physical resources such as a lot of building spaces and also a lot of shops around the world and warehouse, while Microsoft is mainly based on Redmond campus with no shops. It is present in retailer but don't have yet its own shops. But when we focus on financial resources, Microsoft has got more than the double of cash and short-term investment than Apple has got. Both employed 1,000 million of people plus different suppliers across the world. They use a huge customer database and hundreds of patents on their software. Apple has got a sophisticated supplement chain management, as you can see. It also has got a huge bargaining power with dealing with supplier on the cost, and it allows the company to secure cost advantages. The outbound logistics, so Apple is using a warehousing and distribution of ready products produced by the company. It is also the third largest retailer in US in terms of size of e-commerce business, just after Amazon. Apple use retail store and online store to sell, also direct sales force, and use wholesaler retailers and value-added reseller. For the services, Apple is famous for exceptional quality of customer services, and the sales assistants are trained, polite, and most of them are really young. For Microsoft, they've got multiple suppliers, international, and a really complicated supply chain operation without any distraction. It has a strategic relationship with all suppliers. Microsoft original equipment manufacturer, so it consists in pre-installing software on new devices. It uses distributor and reseller, and the online sales service is really important with a lot of advertising platforms. From the marketing and sales, so Microsoft brand marketing message associated with the value of efficiency and convenience, and it uses licensing method to sell its products and services. Microsoft has got a high level of customer service pre-purchase, post-purchase, and during the purchase. It has got sophisticated online answer desk. It's also a desk for disability person, and it has got a lot of support for businesses and IT pro. The strategy of Apple focused on design and advanced feature, when Microsoft focused on advanced technologies, products, and services with premium costs for individuals and professionals. The structure of Apple aimed to give autonomy at all levels, whereas Microsoft's one is divisional. Apple's system aimed to develop new products and design new software, when Microsoft is focused on the creation of new software and technologies of the future. The style of Apple is democratic leadership with a delegation policy, and Microsoft uses a policy of learning, sharing, innovating, and directing. Apple and Microsoft's staff policy are quite the same, always looking for new talents to get part of the team. Apple employs a lot of high-skilled people, when Microsoft employs medium to high-qualified people. Apple shares the value of excellence, whereas Microsoft is oriented on innovation, environment, and responsibility. The power of suppliers is weak on Apple because of the range of suppliers that the company works with, whereas it is moderate on Microsoft because of the relationship they've got with their suppliers. The threat of new entrants is a weak force for both companies, as the cost barrier to get into the technology industry is important. Also, their brand image are strong. The power of buyers represent a weak to moderate force for Apple, as the brand loyalty is important, but customers are also more able to find products they like from competitors. For Microsoft, it is a moderate force, as people want lower prices. The competitive rivalry represents a strong force for both, as they have got several competitors on all the industry they work in, such as the smartphone or the operating systems industry. For Apple, the threat of substitute is strong because of the counterfeit products, when it is weak for Microsoft. Apple has got a huge range of products when Microsoft has got a medium one. The size of the stores of Apple is high, and the one of Microsoft is medium because Microsoft do not own its own store, and it is mainly based in retailers. Apple produce high quality products with high products such as Microsoft, but Microsoft has got more medium to high prices. The target audience for Apple, it is individual and professional, but it's mainly for individuals and loyal brand clients, when Microsoft focus a lot on professionals. The design recognition is very high for Apple thanks to the Apple on the back of all products. It is also high for Microsoft thanks to the four color used.
Partial analysis of Apple. Political. More than half of sales of their products come from countries rather than America, and Apple is also heavily dependent on lower cost manufacturing in China. Economic factors. Customers spend less on Apple products because it is more expensive comparing to their competitors. Social factors. Apple products are present on the international market. Technological factors. Technology has a short lifetime, needs to upgrade their products. Apple needs to provide more safety solutions to tackle growing manic of cybercrimes. Legal factor. In 2009, Nokia sued Apple for infringement of Nokia's patent related to wireless technology. Environmental factors. Expense of disposing non-working or used electronic devices. Pastel analysis of Microsoft. Political factors. Political inventions in New Deal and regulations to educations. Economic factors. Trade cycles, disposable income, level of people, and economic growth of rates. Social factors. Accessible of technology to different capable people. For example, disabled people, poor people. And also Microsoft is empowering youth. Technological factor. Technological innovations related to IT. And legal factors, intellectual property rights, and employee working hours and employment enrichment is quite good in Microsoft. And finally, environmental factors, carbon neutral, cloud computing, and request on all customers to recycle their products after using. Comparing Apple and Microsoft pastel analysis, the organizations are both well known globally, and both organizations are under the same risk of in terms of regulations and rules when running business globally. And there are less people use Apple outside USA and EU, as their prices are much higher comparing to Microsoft.
To summarize this presentation, it's essential to look at the SWOT analysis. The internal environment contains strengths and weaknesses. The strength for Apple is a market leadership for range products and services, unique ability to design and develop hardware, software, applications, and services, efficient research development spending, powerful brand supported by strong advertising and marketing capabilities, the most loyal customer base in every major product market where the company competes, stable financial position of the business. The strength for Microsoft is a global presence, large product service portfolio, growing cloud business, brand image equity, world-leading operating system, better performance in liquidity compared to Apple. Weaknesses for Apple is a higher prices than the competition, narrow product range, incapability of Apple products. Weaknesses for Microsoft is declining PC market, slower in terms of innovation, small advertising market share compared to Apple and Google. The external environment contains opportunities and threats. Opportunities for Apple is a future increasing concentration on service business segment, increasing demand for voice control virtual assistant in devices, investment in research and development, increasing compatibility of products. Opportunities for Microsoft is affordable services, increasing preference for green products, increasing focus on business sustainability, and Microsoft should invest on applications and consider the mobile market as a new advancement. Threats for Apple is quality issues with destructive effect on sales and Apple brand image, increasing competition from China and India, future increase in manufacturing costs, smartphones and tablets are becoming a commodity which could impact on company's gross margin, increasing number of attacks on the company's data technology system. Threats for Microsoft is legal issues and a pure regulatory environment, high competition including Apple, Google, Amazon, fast-changing technology market and customer preference, and a pirated market.